Hi YouTube, my name is Heather and I love anti-MLM content here on YouTube. Today I am really excited for us to watch a 5-minute Instagram video from a top Beachbody coach who's telling us how to be successful in the business. So I'm really excited to get started, and as always, let me know what you think below.
Hello, Instagram friends. I am enjoying this opportunity to just go live and share lessons. Someday I want to write a book. Someday maybe I'll have a podcast. But for now, I'm going to just use this live feature on Instagram to share things that are on my mind. If you know me, you know I love business and I love fitness. Those are two things I love. And I was just hosting an interview with some women on my coaching team, asking them about their success last year. And one of the questions I asked these three women was, what did you have to overcome last year to be successful? What did you have to?
As we know, in Beachbody and all MLMs in general, there's a really big focus on sharing your traumas, sharing your adversities, and the challenges you had to overcome. And in my opinion, coaches and distributors are encouraged to do that so they're able to connect with other vulnerable people and bring those individuals into the business who are most likely seeking connection, seeking a friendship. And like one commenter said a while ago, potentially bond with people who have similar experiences to them. And so I wonder, why would she ask that question? Because she wants to know what made them vulnerable and what they had to overcome, so then she could go to the rest of her team and say, oh, well, Susie experienced ABC, and then she was still able to find success in her business. That's just my opinion. I know I think too deeply into what these people say, but let me know what you think about that below. And also, is there any other industry where your boss, your coworker is going to say, hey, what did you overcome this year to be successful? I feel like that's really weird to me. In my office job, I can't think of a situation where that would be an appropriate thing to ask. Thinking maybe if like I had to take time off work for a surgery or for a family thing, maybe HR would come and ask me how it's going just to check in. But I feel like it's a huge red flag that people in MLMs just sit there talking about their traumas and what they have to overcome instead of just focusing on the business. Why can't Beachbody coaches just encourage people to sign up as a coach? Why do you need to treat Instagram as your therapist?
Overcome. And their stories were remarkable. Of the three women I interviewed, one was a former pediatric nurse, one was a pediatric dental assistant, one's a health club owner, all moms, all different states, all different stories.
And in my opinion, she's also bringing up their occupation because she can say, oh, Susie is a pediatric nurse and she went through A, B, C, D, and she still found success and hit Success Club, got to this rank, got to this trip. What do you think about that?
When I asked them what they overcame, they said everything from really steep anxiety, mental health issues. They talked about family members who were injured or rehabbing from surgeries. They talked about friendships that had been fractured. They talked about people in their life who were no longer supportive. They talked about their own battles, the ability to overcome. And
so if that was just from three women, all of those issues and challenges in one year, that's a lot of issues thrown at you at one time, and that's a lot to overcome. But we know in Beachbody, they wouldn't have been able to have a minute to breathe and take care of themselves. They would have been pressured to continue working the business constantly and really lean into their Beachbody community.
life is such a powerful tool, and I often talk about it as we're all going to go through struggle in life, and I find that successful people learn to move through the struggle faster. It's one of my favorite lessons in life.
Successful people learn how to move through the struggle faster. Not successful people work hard to recover from their childhood traumas or work hard to improve their mental health and well-being, take care of themselves, participate in meaningful self-care practices that help them recharge. No, it's successful people move through their struggles faster. if any mental health professionals in any capacity are watching this, do you think that's appropriate mental health advice? And also, why is a Beachbody coach telling people that they need to get through their struggles faster? I think that shows how the toxic positivity concept within MLMs is if you're going through an adversity or a challenge, you can't sit there and wallow in it. You have to just keep going, just be positive, find the positive in every little thing, even if it's not a positive situation. And I think there's some value in seeing the positive out of every situation and maybe not feeling sorry for yourself for months and months and months, but seeing like what you can learn from it, seeking mental health help if you need it, seeking help from your spouse or your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever, your best friend, and really working through it and trying to improve who you are as a person. But toxic positivity is just about pushing down the negative thoughts and replacing them with positive thoughts. I saw a post from one of the very top Beachbody coaches talking about one of his coaches saying, "Oh, I think this person is going to be at the top of the company." When his dad died, he was still working his business. And so people in Beachbody, they go through parents dying, siblings dying, as she said, really bad mental health issues, family going through surgery and recovering, which means that they could have become the caregiver of that loved one after surgery. And instead of in a majority of other jobs, you would be able to take a beat, at least take some sick time, take some paid time off. And lots of places you can get short-term disability. There's different things you can do to get some paid time off most of the time. I know not everywhere. Unfortunately, in MLMs, you don't get to take that time away if you're going through struggles or traumatic events, unless you're at the top of the company and you have thousands and thousands of people below you. No, that was a lot. What do you think about that? The idea of not being able to take time off to deal with a traumatic thing in your life if you're in an MLM.
If we're all going to get hit by circumstances that we didn't envision or didn't prepare for or didn't ask for, whether that has to do with friendship or health, or that has to do with your job or finances or relationships, we're all going to have circumstances in life that hit us that we didn't ask for.
I remember seeing a video a long time ago about an 8-star Diamond Beachbody coach saying someone quit because she broke up with her boyfriend and, oh, you should have leaned in. But we don't know that person's situation. We don't know how the relationship ended. We don't know what happened. We don't know that person's mental state after the breakup. If she's with her boyfriend for 10 years, that could have been extremely traumatic and she might need to seek mental health help. And it's just the assumption that everyone can overcome all of their challenges and lean into the Beachbody community for support instead of taking a beat and taking care of themselves and their family.
We've got to be able to move through struggle faster. And
also, think about what her motive is here, telling us to move through our adversity quicker. And just think about her motive as a top Beachbody upline.
And if you're waiting to be successful, to open the business, build the business, to earn the income, to get in shape, if you're waiting to be successful until everything lines up in life, you'll be waiting till the end of your life.
In this context, waiting to be successful means waiting to join her downline until everything in your life like checks off and everything is running smoothly. So she thinks waiting to be successful is waiting to join her team. And again, like a lot of things MLM people say, you can't wait for everything to be perfect to try something new. Like that on the very broad surface of it seems like good advice. Like, oh, I want to move across the country for a new job, but ABC is happening and it makes me nervous, or I don't have a lot of money in my savings and so I can't get a nice place right away, right? In that case, it's like, well, no, you still go and you move, you get a place you can afford and you save up and then you move into a nicer place when you can. In that sense, this kind of advice is reasonable. But in the sense of the MLM, it's saying, your gut's telling you, oh, my life is too crazy. My kid is in the hospital. This just happened. I'm seeking therapy for my mental health struggles. My husband was just laid off and I'm helping him through challenging times. I know all of that is making me worried about joining this business, but I'm just going to join it anyways because I can't wait until my life is perfect to be successful. Does that make sense?
that I said on this call, and I want to share it here today, that success isn't built in a bubble. We can't bubble wrap our homes and keep all the bad things out. We can't
Does that make sense? So we can't put a bubble around us to protect us from bad things coming at us.
bubble wrap our lives and just only let the good things in. You're going to have struggle with family members or friends or finances or health. You're going to have struggle with the news headlines. You're going to have struggle with mandates or whatever. You're going to have struggle in life. And you still can choose to build a happy and successful life.
I've seen this in Beachbody calls plenty of times where you're stuck, but you can choose to get unstuck. You can choose to improve your situation. Well, if that was the case, if everyone could just choose to be happy, we wouldn't have anyone who is experiencing challenges with depression or anxiety or anything that ruins their mood and their day-to-day functioning. No one would experience any mental health challenges that hurt their quality of life, because we could all just choose to be happy. Again, toxic positivity. Why feel a negative feeling? Just push it down and replace it with a positive. Oh, I have extreme anxiety, but I'm going to just focus on building my business under her as a member of her downline. And then you could just be making your anxiety worse, because you're going to have constant pressure on you to go to all these training calls, to go to all these conferences, even though you don't have any money, to harass your friends and family and strangers you don't know on the internet, even though you're uncomfortable with it, to jump into this business, even though there are certain aspects of your life that are very challenging and that are taking a mental and physical toll on you. I'm really rambly today. My apologies.
Because it's not built in a bubble. It's built with managing all those things that are happening in this world. And so
success is built on managing all these things that are happening in this world. Unfortunately, MLM training, Beachbody training, it's all of this empty, meaningless platitudes that don't really have any real value, and that these coaches don't really have any business in saying. I feel like if you're a motivational speaker or you're a qualified, certified life coach, maybe, but these people like to give this kind of motivational garbage and pass it off as training. And so what she's saying is meaningless, honestly, but it's just the main message is you need to just do things even though you're uncomfortable. You need to join in my downline even though you don't really want to, because it's going to improve my income down the road.
The waiting game is brutal. Do not wait for life to slow down or go your way or the way you want it to be. Don't wait.
Yes, wait for life to slow down if that's what you need. If something is in your way and it's like causing you severe stress or anxiety, yes, wait, because we're adults and we have the right to establish firm boundaries and maintain those boundaries. And random Beachbody coaches do not have the right to tell us what's important to us and what's not, what can bug us and what can't.
Until you like the way the school is handling this or that, or you like the way that your friendships are laying out, or you like the way your spouse or your partner is acting, or you like the way your kids are being. You can't wait to be successful until everything feels perfect. Success is not built in a perfect bubble in life. It's built with a lot of struggle, and you get there by moving through the struggle faster. If you need some help getting there,
why faster though? So you can say move through the struggle faster and join my team and we'll help you move through it faster. That doesn't make any sense. That's terrible mental health advice. First off, why are you giving mental health advice? You are a 1099 contracted employee for Beachbody. You shouldn't be sitting here giving that kind of advice to people.
Here's a couple tips. Personal development is a way to armor yourself against the things happening in the world that you need help with. So whether that's listening to a podcast like the Life Coach podcast, or We Can Do Hard Things are two of my favorite podcasts. You can read books. I just wrote about a book by Robin Sharma called The Everyday Hero Manifesto. You can read The Compound Effect. You can read You Are a Badass. You can read books that help you. Untamed. You can read books that help you move through struggle faster. You can also surround yourself with other positive people. If you want to move through the struggle faster, if you want to build success in the real world where real hard things happen, surround yourself with other positive, forward-thinking, moving people. Look at your peer group. Look at who you're surrounding yourself with. So
there's a lot to unpack there. Obviously, anything in MLM world can be fixed with personal development, even though some of the things that she was telling us about the 3 women in her team, anxiety, mental health issues, family members being sick and needing to be taken care of, those kinds of issues should be discussed with a mental health professional. I know mental health therapy is hard to access for a lot of people, but if you don't have access to therapy, finding someone you can trust and have open and meaningful conversations with to help you figure out what you're missing and how you can heal and recover from your challenges, and surrounding yourself by people who will help you move through struggle faster. I think that's very toxic, and that's a kind of idea of similar to the idea of you need to surround yourself with people who will help you advance in your life, help you advance in your business, and help you achieve all your goals. What if your spouse isn't helping you get through your struggle faster because they see that you're not ready to get past that certain area yet, and they're helping you through a specific area of your mental health challenges? I think this whole thing is extremely flawed. Just an example of toxic positivity. And no, you can't wallow in your feelings, even though what you experienced was extremely traumatic. Oh, you just lost your father. Move through the struggle faster. Keep working, keep recruiting, keep hosting team calls, throw yourself into our community, and then you become more reliant on your Beachbody family to help you recover during an extremely traumatic time where you lose your parent. I think this is also another example of Fraser Brooks' video, Why Thinking is Bad in MLM in Action. So she's saying, don't wait till everything's perfect, just jump right in, right? And so in this case, it could be, well, I'm having huge issues in ABC. I don't know if I want to do it, but I'm not going to think through how joining Beachbody is going to impact my life in these areas. I'm just going to jump in and do it. And I'm not going to overthink it. I'm not going to doubt. I'm just going to do. And you need to think through things. You need to analyze what your life is like and make an informed decision joining something like this. So let's let her finish.
my friends, thanks for jumping on today. I wanted to simply share success isn't built in a bubble. Do not wait for everything in life to feel right to hit that goal that you have for yourself, to build that dream,
to join my downline. That's what she means.
That income, to get in shape, to take the leap. It's never all going to line up perfectly. Don't wait for the bubble. Just get after it. I hope this helps. Have a great day.
Don't wait for the bubble. Just get after it. Just jump in without thinking, and don't think about how joining my pyramid scheme is going to impact your mental health or the life of your family members, your quality of life. Don't think about how it's going to impact you. Just do it and deal with all the consequences later. Because the longer you're in her downline, the more money she's going to make. She's going to make money off of every time you most likely buy anything, because you're going to have trouble selling. She's going to make money off of every time you buy anything in her team cycle bonus. And then if you happen to build some kind of downline, she's going to make even more money off of you. And if she's at 15-star diamond and you say you magically get to diamond somehow, which you're not going to, that's just going to solidify her rank as that top rank of the company, and she's never going to miss out on her 15-star diamond bonus. Sorry, just like it usually happens, I had things I wanted to say in my head, and then as we were talking, more things just came out. No, there was a lot of rambling, but I hope there was something valuable in there about mental health in MLMs and toxic positivity, and encouraging people not to follow their gut instinct, not to think through decisions, not to establish and maintain strong boundaries as autonomous humans who have the right to say no to anything they want to, and they don't need to justify it. So that's all I have for today. I'll see you next time, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.